Well, I'm working today, so I'm still committed to Stories with Stuart, and I'm just going to do it from the seat of the truck. You should see my setup here. I've got my cell phone propped up on my lunch bucket, held with the remote that operates the trailer. So it's a little bit practical, but that's who I am. So this, what I'm wanting to talk about today is we know that the world is deeply, deeply divided. And I've been thinking about that. What is causing this deep divide? Both parties think that they understand. Both parties think that they're doing the right thing, but they're going in opposite directions. Somewhere back in here, we divided. And so I come up with this little illustration. We all have knowledge, and we get it by a lot of different ways. We get it from going to school, we get it from talking to other people, and what I want to talk to us today about is how we apply our knowledge. So in my illustration, supposing this circle represents all the knowledge that there is on any given subject. Now, no one of us would be so arrogant as to say, I have all the knowledge on any given subject. And so I drew another circle, and this here represents my knowledge, and this is everything that I don't know. Okay, so people, for the most part, have similar knowledge. So why are they reacting so much different? It dawned on me the other day. It's because some people have wisdom. Wisdom just simply means a practical way of applying our knowledge. So where do we get wisdom? Wisdom, the beginning of wisdom is the fear of God, or you can say reverence. Now, what's been taken out of our schools? What's been taken out of our courthouses? It's God. And so that's where this split in the road, this fork in the road started, is when we removed God, because now there are some people who have knowledge without God. There are some people who have knowledge with God, and it's making a huge difference. It's really showing up which ones are going which direction. And so I'm not going to take a normal believer's stance and say, go to church. I'm going to say, follow your inner leading as you follow God. Now, this can happen to anyone because we are created in the image of God. So we have God within us. It's just if we choose to follow that or not. I have a friend who doesn't claim to be overly religious, but he does try to follow God. And a few years ago, he was trying to make the decision, should I grow hemp or shouldn't I grow hemp? And of course, there was a lot of people who were jumping on that bandwagon, and he wasn't sure which to do. And he said, I finally just prayed about it. Should I grow hemp or shouldn't I? And the answer come back, no, you don't need hemp. So he said, I followed that. Today, he's very happy. He's saved himself from a lot of hassles, a lot of headaches, a lot of stress, because he followed his inner voice. And so if you want to start walking the way of wisdom, and you want to start using wisdom to apply your knowledge, how do you know what's wisdom? Okay, the Bible teaches us that the beginning of wisdom is first pure. It's not devious. It's not sneaking around behind people's back. It's not trying to do something in a hidden kind of a way. It's very practical. It's pure. It's teachable, which means that you can increase that wedge of knowledge. People who are not teachable, they only know one small thing. And so because they only know one small thing, that one small thing has to be true because they don't know what they don't know. And so obviously, the way they look at it has to be the only way to look at it because they don't know of any other way. And the other part of true wisdom is it's always peaceful. And so if your inner voice tells you to go shoot somebody, that's not the wisdom from God. That's not going to bring a peaceful result. And so as we look at the divide, as we look at where I am in the world, we see that it's heading in, one party is heading, or one portion of people is heading in the wrong direction. They're not using their knowledge with wisdom. It doesn't even make sense. It's like, how in the world can anybody think that way? But we can all head down that wrong path if we don't follow truth. And we say, well, what is truth? Jesus answered that in John 14:6. He says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And so we need to follow Jesus within us. What's the number one principle of Jesus? Or the three top principles? He's always trying to redeem people. He's always trying to have reconciliation between you and God so that you can hear that inner voice. And he's always trying to restore people. And so if we're following those three things, we're looking for redemption, reconciliation, and restoration, we can be confident that we are following Jesus. Jesus is the truth. And then when we follow wisdom, that's just a practical application of our knowledge, and it will lead us into more truth. And so it'll bring more inspiration and more insight. And so this is my little encouragement for today from the seat of the truck. And you all have a good weekend. Thank you.